Welcome to my kitchen. I was getting ready to do meal prep and I said that this is the perfect time to teach you something that I have neglected to teach you that's extremely important. This is about meal prepping and tracking and how to properly measure. Okay, you would think that that would be pretty straightforward. It's not. It's not. Okay. So, when you are first becoming aware of how much nutrition, okay, how much fuel performance, how much hydration, how much mineralization, how much spiritual nutrition that you're putting into your body, okay, you may um, no, you may underestimate, okay? You may underestimate how much you're putting in because you're not tracking properly, you're not measuring properly. So, when you first start, two of the most common apps are MyFitnessPal, which is extremely user friendly, and there's tons of videos about it. I'm not going to go over that here. You can, you're an adult, okay? You can watch the training videos. And then the other one is chronometer. I use chronometer. It's like you kind of graduate. And so when you're first learning to track your food and become aware of how much you're taking in, before you go on any health journey, you need to know where you are. Where are you now? So that you can make a strategic plan, a very smart, optimized plan to get to where you want to go. Okay? And no, eating intuitively in the beginning is bullshit. If you could eat intuitively, we would not be where we are right now. Okay? Cold, hard truth. And most people can't even trust their intuition because we have horrible gut health. Okay? So, first, become aware. Be nutrition woke. Well, how do you track and not under report? Okay. And then you overeat because you under report. Well, number one, what are you reporting? Okay. You're reporting the things that you put. Okay. So I've got sunflower seeds right here. So you're reporting the food that you take into your body. Well, if you don't know, then what you would probably do is you would measure using by what is this, by volume. You would measure using your tablespoons, your teaspoons, and your where are my cups? Here they are. Okay. And you would do like by your cups. Okay. That's great. Kudos. We all start somewhere. Okay. But you and I both know that these are not exact. Okay. So when like last night, when I went to go get a tablespoon, this is a tablespoon. When I went to go get a tablespoon of peanut butter, I did not weigh it out. I did not use a tablespoon. I used this big old spoon. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to go by weight so that you're always exact. Okay, you're always exact. Whether you're going by ounces or you're going by grams, I always go by grams. Always go by grams. So you're going to get a food scale. This is my favorite. I think this was like $10 off of Amazon. Love this guy. Have had him for years. Okay. So you're going to want to go by weight. And now let's talk about the difference between whole foods, processed foods, and ultra processed foods. Okay, when you are transitioning into a more optimized way of eating, I do not want to say meal plan. I'm getting away from that because I don't want to meal plan my life. I want to eat for my life. I want to fuel my body for the rhythm of my life. Okay, so I have, where is mine? I have So for the rhythm, the stage of my life where I am right now for the next 12 weeks, I have a goal. And this is what I have laid out to fuel my body optimally for the next 12 weeks. All the calories are here, all the macros, which is the most important. That's your protein, carbohydrates, and your fats. Okay, those are macros. So all my macros are broken down, and all my food, my meals are broken down by the weight, not a half cup of green beans, not 6 ounces of this. No, it's all broken down into how much it actually weighs so that I know that it is exact. And you can't cheat on that, okay? This is going to tell you exactly what it is. So the numbers always line up. You can't underreport unless you just don't log it, unless you're just lying to yourself. Okay, so I have my strategy. I have my road map. I have my dance plan, okay? Now, what I am wanting to do is I want to fuel my body optimally. And when you are transitioning from a very sad standard American diet, sad, get it? Sad. We have categories which are called good, better, and best. Then over here you have your sad, you have your shit food. Okay, this is the crap food. Now, we are not perfectionists. That is boring. That's disgusting. Okay, and we don't practice restriction here. You know what we do? We practice adulting. We practice optimization. Okay, because we, again, are adults. We are not 2-year-olds. Okay, and if you do have an issue with disordered eating, some type of mental health concern like that, then this video is not going to cover that. You need to be really honest with yourself and go seek out a mental health professional to help you with that. Okay? Again, we are adults. We are holding ourselves to a higher standard and a mirror, and we are being accountable for our actions because we know that we are in control. Unless someone is holding a gun to your head, you, ma'am, and you, sir, you, he, she, they are in control. And if you have children, then you are responsible for teaching them. So sorry. It's just the way that it is. Suck it up, buttercup. Okay. Now, let me get back on track and get off my soapbox. Okay. So we are adults. We are choosing a higher standard, and we are choosing to fuel our body optimally. We are not practicing restriction, but we are choosing wisely when we do want to indulge in some shitty food. Now, I cannot be trusted with having shitty food in the house. So I'm not trying to be like, queen of perfection or something. I just don't have anything in here to show you as an example of that. The other day, I went to the store and got myself a big old fat protein cookie. That would have been an example of some shitty food because that's ultra processed. Okay, but when you are making a transition, you want to go, okay, so we know that this is absolute crap. I can no longer choose to fuel my body crap because I'm feeling like crap and I'm getting crap results. So let's slowly start the transition. You do not want to go from here all the way over to here, okay? You'll make yourself sick. Your body's not ready for that. Even me being high raw vegan, which would be way, way over here, it took me years to get to over here. Okay? Now, what are whole foods? Zucchini. I got 2 bags of apples today. Apples. Mother Nature. Mother Nature. Sunflowers right here, I grounded myself. So these are whole foods. Did Mother Nature make it that way? Now let me say, technically almost every food is processed because this did not come from my backyard. I wished it did. And if I've got any gardeners, any farmers out there that are single, so am I. Okay, but no, this did not come from my backyard. So in some way, this is processed technically. Okay. But when we say whole foods, this is what you want to choose first. Okay. This is best. This is the absolute bestest. And this needs to make up about roughly, I would say, 80% of your diet. Yes, yes, I said that. Yes, I said that. Okay, 80% of your diet. Then you go into your better category, which would be slightly processed foods. Okay, so that would be your frozen stuff. What is this? Mangoes, pineapples, and strawberries and peaches. Oh my God. Okay, so that would be like your frozen stuff. That would be foods that are minimally altered as they're taken from their normal natural state. So this is like a can of, and you do want your oils to be in a dark glass jar or a can. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Just trust me on this one, or else they're going to be rancid. But this is walnut oil. Okay, so these are minimally processed food. Good, good. Those can make up another majority of your food rhythm. Okay, what nutrition you're taking in. Now, about 10%, I would say 10%. Okay, you can safely get by with 20% or less. Okay, of having some more processed foods, or what we would call ultra processed foods, in your home. Now, I don't have ultra processed foods in my house except for one thing. I just don't. I refuse. My body is the temple of my spirit. My spirit is a living altar, a living temple, and so I choose not to present shitty offerings to a sacred space. That's how I roll. I roll like that. Okay. Now, so I just don't keep any. I'm a big fat liar. I'm lying. I just don't have ultra processed foods in my house except for, and I have a stash right here because I was about to put them up. I've got canned soups and stuff. These are my storm supplies. Okay. These are my storm supplies. So I got these, and I keep my storm supplies up under here. So if there is a tornado, if there is a hurricane, I know that I can eat because this stuff will go bad really quick. Okay. Now, I do have one ultra processed item in my home that is non-negotiable. I will not give this up, and it is okay. That is okay. This is your journey. It's my protein powder. Do I have to have it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I did my my nutrition rhythm, my nutrition plan for 12 weeks. And I initially did it without any protein powder. And I was like 120, 130 grams of protein as a high raw vegan. And complete protein at that, although we won't go down that rabbit hole. Okay, with just food. Just food. And for you people out there that want to talk about lysine and muscle growth, yes, I had an inordinate amount of lysine, that amino acid. Don't come at you want to come at me? Come at me, bro. I'm a Scorpio. I like to fight. But anyway, so I did not have to put my protein powder in there. You know why I did? I like easy. I like simple. I like to be in and out. Even though I don't cook, I'm high raw, remember? High raw, which means I hardly ever cook anything. My stuff is eaten like it is. Okay? I just don't like to be in this space. I just don't like to be in the kitchen. I'm just not that girl. I'm not. And so the protein powder makes my life easy. 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 It's the only reason I included it. Now, how do you know if something is ultra processed? And you would think that it's common sense, but if you didn't grow up, I mean, if you grew up only eating this, then you just don't know any better. Okay. So, one ingredient, zucchini, one ingredient. My This is like vegetable, canned vegetable soup. This has like 7 or 8 ingredients that's beyond the vegetables. It's got all kind of preservatives and salts and stuff in there, okay? It will last during probably a nuclear war. These will not. Now, my protein powder, y'all, look at this. That's all the ingredients. And while most of it is whole foods, it's still 5 gabillion ingredients. That's ultra processed. This has been heated. It's been through the manufacturer. It's been so far removed what Mother Nature originally created. It's not even, apples are in here. This is so far removed from being recognized as an apple. Really? Okay, ultra processed. But it makes your life easy. Now, remember what I said? This only needs to make up anywhere from 20 to 10% of your total consumption for, I would say, the month. That's just me being extreme. Okay. When you're first transitioning, you can do by the day or by the week. Okay. 1 or 2 things here and there, you're golden. Ultra processed. Now, go slow into transitioning from your standard American diet into eating more whole foods. Your digestive system is not going to be used to all the fiber. Your gut bacteria and your digestive enzymes are just not going to be able to take the good. It's sort of like, and I made this analogy before, it's sort of like when you come from a bad relationship into a good one, or a good environment, and people just want to love on you and support you, and you start freaking out because you're like, and it makes you uncomfortable because you come from a place of trauma. Your body and your mind, your brain chemistry, everything about you is traumatized when you're coming from an unhealthy nutrition place. You've got to give your body time to transition. And yes, your weight will go up and down, and it'll be like a roller coaster. That's why I tell my clients for about the first 6 weeks, stay off the scale. Stay off the scale. Your body is freaking out. Okay, your water weight is going to be all over the freaking place. It normally takes about 6 to 8 weeks for your body to go, okay, this is great, and you normalize. Okay, so weigh everything. Weigh it. If let's just say that this was a jar of peanut butter, sometimes it's easier just to put the whole, sticky items like that, it's easier to put the whole jar on the scale and then measure what you take out. Okay, it'll come up as a negative number, but like if I'm wanting 50 grams, which is kind of a lot, but if I'm wanting 50 grams of peanut butter, I would scoop it out and the scale would say negative 50. I know, clever, right? Somebody had to teach me that because I was trying to measure it. Your sticky foods are hard to measure like that, so just go in the negative direction. I hope that makes sense. So weigh your. Oh, I'm so sorry. Weigh your food. Food quality, good, better, best. Transitioning into whole foods. Very few processed or minimally processed foods, and almost eliminating the ultra processed foods except for maybe 20 to 10%. If you have something that you absolutely love, it's okay that you don't give it up. I will fight you over this protein powder right here because it's peanut butter. Oh, and the peanut butter protein. Oh my God. Oh, and there's a pumpkin seed protein too. Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is fabulous. Now, I'll fight you. I ain't giving that up. I ain't letting that go. I don't care how processed it is. I stay in. All right, loves, if you have any questions about, are you tracking properly? Are you measuring properly? Just remember, we're not using these. We're not using these right now. You can go back to them later when you're making, like, when you're intuitive, you graduated, you're intuitive eating, or it's like a holiday and you're fun and you're not tracking that day and you're just making a recipe. You can use these things then. But when you are tracking and you are making note of those numbers, non-negotiable. You're an adult. You're an adult. Non-negotiable. All right, let me know if you have any questions. I kind of ramble. I have the tendency to do that. I have a neurospicy brain. I need to start making notes. Yeah, I need to start making notes, don't I? All right, I love you. I'm hungry AF, and it's time for me to meal prep.